Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jane. For those who don't know, welcome to the new people. Welcome everyone that's new to my channel. So since the circumstances of the whole coronavirus, and now that we're quarantined for X amount of days, I've decided to do a story time. Why not, right? And I've been meaning to do this story time for a while because obviously it's very, very important to me, this story time. It's about my son, how the whole labor process and, you know, pregnancy. The reason that I wasn't into YouTube at the time, I wasn't making videos, and I wish I was, because I could have documented my pregnancy, I could have documented my labor, but it's okay. Now that I'm into it, I can still document now because he is still a baby. But I'm going off topic. So this is gonna be a story time about my labor and delivery slash whatever. It's gonna be a pregnancy, labor, and delivery video. So let's get right into it. Let me check my phone because I actually saved the date that I found out that I was pregnant, which was in August, I believe. August. I know it was August. I don't know if it was August 18. Let me see. It was 2018. Let's see. Yeah. August 18, 2018. And funny thing about the number 8 is my favorite number, and it's also my lucky number. My name is 8 letters, my shoe size in women is size 8. My boyfriend's shoe size is 8.5. 8 always comes up in my life in a weird way, but I knew it was something special when it was this date. And when I found out I was pregnant, I made this post and I wrote, "The best things in life are free." And it looks like this. August 18, 2018. So let me tell you when. Okay, so before I took the pregnancy test, I was already feeling weird. I will be taking long ass naps. Like, I would work from 6:30 in the morning to 3 o'clock, right? I would get home. It'll be 4 o'clock. I think my son woke up from his nap. So my camera died. How rude. But let's get back into the story. So, okay, so I would take a lot of naps, more than usual. I was really tired. Also getting dizzy. So what's funny is that me and my boyfriend agreed to not planning on getting pregnant. In the sense, like, we're not gonna be like, oh I'm ovulating, and yeah, let's make sure that we take advantage of this time to see if we get pregnant. Like, not like that. We basically agreed on whenever it happens, it happens. So that's why I didn't know that I was pregnant. And on top of that, this was my first baby, so I didn't know how I mean, I was educated on the symptoms, but it's never like when you actually are pregnant to know what it actually feels like. So when I actually clicked in my head, so let me take a pregnancy test, I took one on the weekend, and I woke up really early. I remember like it was yesterday. It was a Saturday, and I woke up like at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was told that your first urine in the morning is the best to use for a pregnancy test. So I wake up at 8 o'clock and I take the pregnancy test. My boyfriend is still sleeping. So then what's funny is that I was so nervous, and like I took the pregnancy test, and it was the clear blue one, the digital one. So it's just there, loading, and my heart is like about to come on my ass. And I texted my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, and I told her that I took a pregnancy test and that I was nervous or whatever. And then she's like, let me know when you find out what it says. So it's loading, and then it just comes up as pregnant. And it's funny because I was like in a shock, and I was so like, there's no other word to say. I was just shocked. And then mysteriously my boyfriend wakes up and he comes to the bathroom, which is rare because he never wakes up early. So he knocks on the door because he's saying that he needs to use the bathroom. So, but he had walked in, and I had hid the pregnancy test. The pregnancy test was under my feet. I was so nervous that I hid it under my feet so he won't see that I took the pregnancy test. I don't even know why I did that, but I was just so like in shock. And not in a bad way, because it's not like, it's not a blessing to have a baby, but I was just shocked because like I didn't ever think that it could happen to me. As sad as it sounds, but it's true. I'm grateful and I'm so happy that I was able to experience this, because it's a beautiful experience. So then after that, I got out the bathroom and I had handed the pregnancy test to my boyfriend, and he looks at it and he holds it out and he looks at it, and then he just looks at me, he just smiles. So that was a story about like me finding out that I was pregnant, and then we just hugged and we was happy. From there, we were looking for ways how to tell our parents that we were having a baby, and we wanted to make it fun, and I just say, oh hey, by the way, we're pregnant. So the way we did it was we had bought like a little onesie that said I love grandma and grandpa, and we had put it like in a little gift bag, and we met up with my boyfriend's mom and my parents afterwards, and we just gave them the gift, and they opened it, and that's how they found out that we were having a baby. And we told our family and friends on my birthday brunch, which was like I found out in August, so a few weeks later. For my birthday was September, and we had told them in my birthday brunch, and then we publicly announced it in November, like social media wise. But yeah, so that's that. My pregnancy, I want to say wasn't that bad. I want to say in the beginning, obviously your body's adjusting. There's like so many dogs in this building, so the barking is inevitable, so sorry about that, guys. What I was saying, my pregnancy overall was a good pregnancy, I would say. In the beginning, obviously your body's adjusting to like the new things that's going on with it, and in the beginning I had a little bit of morning sickness, and not even morning sickness, it was more like all day sickness. Like I probably threw up like 3 times, but it was not like an everyday thing. I just felt sick, like, you know how you just have like, it felt like motion sickness, like that, like, but all day long. Like I would sleep, wake up, still feel the same. And what would help me with that was lifesaver mints. the sugar-free ones, and I would like live off them things. But that was my way in dealing with the nausea. And that, and also keeping food in my stomach. So I would snack all day. I had like a lunchbox when I was working. I had like a little lunchbox that had like a whole bunch of snacks. So I would eat whenever I felt like I was feeling sick or if I was hungry. Because obviously you have to eat a lot throughout the day. And then to avoid nausea, like I said, you have to keep a full stomach. After, I want to say 12 weeks. Was it 12 weeks? I think it's 12 weeks if I'm not mistaken. My nausea went away overnight. Like, poof, like it was gone. Like, it was so crazy. Then after that was good. Then it was the, you know, the happy part of the pregnancy that you just grow in your belly, and then that was that. And my belly was really small. I didn't show like until I was like 6 months, and then, but it was really compact. Like my belly was really tiny. I feel like I don't even know if I looked really big towards the end either. It was really small, my stomach. So in February, I did the 3D ultrasound, which is actually 5D. So whatever. So I did it in February. I think it was February. I don't know. I can't remember. It was February. So from there, we had saw how they would look like, and they gave me like videos and pictures and his heartbeat. They put it in like a little teddy bear. Which, let me go get it so I can show you guys. So this is the little stuffed animal that the 3D place gave me with Jay's heartbeat, and this is what it sounds like. You click, I think this is what you click. No, oh no, you click the belly. And you click it again to turn it off. And that's Jay's heartbeat. So funny story about this heartbeat was, we had to do it like 2 or 3 times because Jay kept kicking the text thing to record the heartbeat. Oh my god, that was so funny. My baby shower. My baby shower was planned by me, and I was helped with family to make it come true, like my vision. And I'm grateful and thankful for them, because throwing a party is so much work. But it came out beautiful and I loved it and I had a great time. And then, okay, towards the end of my pregnancy, mind you, I'm still working. I worked for about my whole pregnancy. I stopped working 2 weeks before I gave birth. Right? Yeah. 2 weeks before I gave birth, I stopped working. So, and then my job, I'm always on my feet. I'm always active. So, could you imagine how I ended up at the end of the day? Every day, but towards the end of my pregnancy, I would have swollen feet, swollen ankles, because I was always on my feet. And I'm a really active person to, like, I'm always moving. Not that I'm exercising, but I'm always moving. Like, I cannot stay still. So supposedly that helped with the labor, and it did. I used to walk everywhere when I used to come on my clinic appointments. I used to walk from there to my house, and it was a long walk, but I kind of needed it too. Like, you need to exercise when you're pregnant. Obviously not crazy exercises, but that was my way in exercising, was walking. So then from there, we're jumping from baby shower back to work. And okay, so after the baby shower, I worked for a few more weeks until I was feeling a lot of discomfort. So that's how I knew that, okay, this is my time to stop working, because I feel like I'm overdoing it. It is a very active baby, and my belly, he was extremely active. He will move from the moment that I wake up to brush my teeth to go to work, which was like 5 a.m. to all day. So I knew that he was gonna be like a wild baby. And then when I would sleep at night, it was like party time. So then, okay, the ultrasound. So okay, so then I was stressed out because I couldn't find the time to take maternity pictures, right? So literally, yeah, I couldn't do it before my baby shower because it was just so much chaos. I literally took the pictures a week before I gave birth. Yeah, a week before I gave birth, I took pictures. Yeah. And it's funny because I was like, no, we gotta make sure we take these pictures. And we did. And okay, so back to the ultrasound thing. When the woman measured Jace, she told me that Jace is measuring for me to give birth April 10th, right? And mind you, my due date was April 16. So it was funny to me how he was born April 11th. So she was literally almost there. So then I had stopped working, right, 2 weeks before I gave birth. So when I took my maternity pictures, I was already not working, I believe. So then I'm fast forwarding to when I was having contractions. So I was home, and this was April 10th. So I was only experiencing cramps, like if I was to have my period, right? So I'm thinking, oh, this is probably the Braxton Hicks, because I was getting a lot of Braxton Hicks, but the one that's not painful. Like my stomach would turn like a rock, but it'll be my muscles that would tense up and then eventually let go and it'll get soft again. So that was the one I was experiencing. So then when I was getting actual pain, but like cramps, I was like, oh, okay, like I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that I was having contractions. I just thought I was getting cramping. So I was getting the cramps. I still have the timing of when of when I was counting and keeping track of the contractions. Let me see, I can show you guys. I'm trying to find it. Okay, right here. This was me timing. Let me see if I can show you guys. You see? This was me timing the contractions all the way until the next morning. You see that? So I was timing the contraction because that's what I was told by the doctor. And obviously as it was getting closer to the night, it was getting more stronger, but it still didn't cross my mind that I was having contractions. I don't know why. So then I didn't sleep nothing through the night because obviously I was in pain. And in the morning, before my boyfriend went to work, I had told him, I think we should go to the hospital first because they're already 4 minutes apart. And we did that. We went to the hospital just to check to see if I was even dilating and just to check what was going on because I'm in pain. So we get there and I literally just strolling casually into the labor and delivery, and I told the lady that I'm getting pain and it's already 4 minutes apart and they last a minute. So then she makes me sign some paperwork, and then I brought my folder of my documents, and the first thing she tells me is, you know, if you're not more than 5 centimeters dilated, you're not gonna get admitted. They're gonna send you back home. So I said, okay, whatever. I'm getting on and off pain, but since I'm standing, it's easier to tolerate. So we go into triage, and the doctor comes and she checks me, right? And they have me on the monitor. They tracking my contractions, and I'm getting them like really, really bad. And she comes in and she checks me, and I'm already at 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters. And the nurse that told me that I couldn't, if I wasn't 5 centimeters, I couldn't stay. She's like, oh my God. And she tells my boyfriend, I'm scared of her. Because I look so like regular. From that moment, I didn't know I had such a high pain tolerance until I was experiencing labor. And that's active labor because I'm already at 7 centimeters. So it's already considered active labor. So whatever. So then I'm already in the gown. I just have to like take the rest of my clothes off. So they gave me like another gown to put over and some socks, and then they put my clothes in a bag, and then she takes me to the room, to the delivery room. So then when we walk into the delivery room, because they already admitted me, I just look around and I'm looking at like the bed they put the baby in when the baby's born. And I just got like emotional. Like I just felt like I wanted to cry. I was so overwhelmed with everything. And it just made me nauseous. That's how overwhelmed I was. So then I sit down. Well, the nurse makes me lay down so they could put the machines on me so they could track the contractions and the baby's heartbeat. So literally sitting there, it was only getting worse and worse and worse and worse. The pain was getting worse. And I'm already pretty far along. My boyfriend called his mom. She was there. My mom was there. And my boyfriend. So then we're just waiting because that's all we could do. Because obviously when they admitted me, I was 7 centimeters. You have to be 10 centimeters to actually give birth and to be ready to push. So then I'm just there dying. Because one, I have not got no medicine for the pain, so I was experiencing that like raw. And towards the end, like when because you know when you get contractions, it comes and then it gives you like a break and then it goes away. It comes, it gives you a break like that. Like so when I was already, I'm like when so I had so when I was experiencing a lot of pain, I had told the nurse, well, the doctor, and I had told her, can I get something? Because my mother-in-law was pushing for me to not get the epidural. And I'm thankful for that, because at the moment you really, really want it. But I really wanted to push to not get the epidural. And there's nothing wrong with getting the epidural. Because if I have another kid, I'm getting the epidural. Okay? That's it. I just wanted to try it to see if I was able. Obviously, everyone is able. I just feel like it's really hard because it's so painful. So I don't discredit anyone that gets the epidural, because I would get it too. Okay. So I'm asking the doctor, oh, can I get something? Because I couldn't get no breaks. I was overwhelmed with this pain, and it was just so bad. My body was shaking, and then I just became numb to it. But she was supposed to bring me like a mask thing that supposedly would help with the pain, but she brought it, but she didn't plug it in. And I felt like she was procrastinating. She was dragging it because she probably didn't even think I needed it. I don't know, but it was kind of like petty. But whatever. So whatever. So then they didn't plug the machine in, so I had to just eat the pain. Then, like I said, I became numb to the pain. So then all I felt was so much pressure. Like pressure. Like I felt like I was about to lay an egg. And from there, I know that they had broke my water because it didn't break. So after that, obviously escalated even more because now there's no fluids for the baby. So when they had checked me again, I was already 10 centimeters, and at that moment, I felt like I wasn't getting no contractions. I just had pressure, like I said. And they're like, oh, whenever you get another contraction, just push, right? So I'm literally just like with my legs in the air, like, and like a whole bunch of people around me, and I'm like, okay, this is fucking awkward, like, because I don't feel no contractions. So the machine obviously tracks your contractions, but I felt like I was so numb to the pain that I wasn't feeling the contractions when they came. So what I was going by was the pressure. When I would get pressured, then I'll push. And then I swear I was pushing with everything in me. And I felt like he didn't want to come out. And then they're like, oh, you're almost there. You're almost there. And literally the only thing that comes out was his head. And let me tell you, for those of you who've given birth with no epidural and you push like that with no medicine, nothing. Oh my God. I feel like that was the worst pain ever. Was just pushing his head out. It felt like I was getting burned and cut at the same time. It was so painful. And I kid you not that I screamed like I was in a scary movie. You know those fake screams that you hear? Like in the scary movies? That was me. And everyone just looked. They just looked at me like... Literally, the head was the hardest part to get out. And before that, before like his head actually came out, when he was like, what they call it, crowning, the doctor was like, oh, do you want to feel him? And I went to go reach, and then he went right back in. Oh my God. It was just all bad. So then whatever, I keep pushing and he comes out and they put him on my chest. He cries for a little bit. No, I'm lying. He didn't cry right away because I was like, why is he not crying? And then he started crying for a little bit. Then he fell asleep on my chest. And they left him there for about an hour. And yeah. Then after that, they had took him, they cleaned him up, they gave him some vaccines, and he was all good. He was perfectly healthy. He was 7 pounds and 9 ounces. He was 19.5 inches, and he was the most perfect baby ever. And I love him so much. And I was grateful for my mom and my mother-in-law and my boyfriend being there, because you need a lot of support when you're in that, when you're experiencing that, because you can easily panic, because obviously you're experiencing so much pain and you don't know what to do because you have to just go through it. And for my boyfriend's first time having, experiencing that, he was very supportive. Well, he's always been supportive. He's just that kind of person. But literally when the freaking head came out, I thought he was gonna be like, what the hell is that? But no, he was just like, you got this, babe, keep going, like being very supportive. And it feels like such a blur when I talk about it, because you're literally exhausted, and then it's like you're like fighting with yourself to get your baby out of you, and it's real difficult. So it's kind of like a mental thing too. Like you have to mentally push yourself and mentally like give yourself like a pep talk, like, yes, you can do this, like, come on. Because when his head came out, like literally at that moment, I felt like I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't push anymore, like, but I had to get him out. Like I felt so weak. And then like after everything passed, like hours passed, my boyfriend had got me some food to eat. My eyes literally felt like I had weight on them. Like that's how weak I was. And I pushed so hard. I was pushing past 10 seconds to get him out. My blood vessels on my face ruptured. I looked like I had blood surfacing on my cheeks. My eyes too, I had blood in my eyes. Even the baby had blood in his eyes. Like it was crazy. But I'm so grateful and happy that I was able to experience that, and to experience having the privilege of being a mom, because it's a hard job, but I love it. I love being a mom. I love having someone depend on me. I love being someone's role model. I love being a mom. What else I got for you guys? And yeah, my baby right now is 11 months, and he is perfect. He is now, what do you call it? He's cruising when they walk around like the edge of like furniture or like their playpen. He crawls in his own way. He drags himself, but he gets to where he needs to get. He says mama, he says dada, he says nene, which means boy in Spanish. He says papa, he says no. He's a happy baby. He laughs at the weirdest things. He laughs at me mopping. He laughs at his dad doing weird things that his dad does. He's just a good little boy, and I love him so much. So my birth was natural, really natural, with no epidural, and I guess I did have to get stitches. I don't know how many, but I did have to get stitches, and I was in the hospital for I think 3 days. Yeah, it was a quick delivery, but I would hope that my future deliveries are like that, because it was really quick. I literally got to the hospital like at 11:30. He was born at 3:46 in the afternoon. So you can see from that time frame that it's not really that long that I was in active labor. Well, at least from the outside it looks like I wasn't in active labor for a long time, but it felt like forever. But yeah, thank you God for my beautiful baby, for my beautiful family. I'm so grateful. It was such a beautiful experience despite the pain, but I will do it all over again just to see my baby's face. So yeah, that was it overall. My pregnancy / labor and delivery story. So that wraps up this video, this story time video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a nice little comment. I love comments, especially positive ones. And I also want some comments about like you guys labor and delivery. How did you guys how was your guys' experience? If you got the epidural or not? How long were you in labor? What did you have? If you had a boy or girl, how big were they? How much did they weigh? Just tell me everything. I love the whole idea of pregnancy and just babies. Like it's so interesting to me, and I would love to hear you guys' stories. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and see you guys in the next video. So guys, I forgot to mention the day that I found out he was gonna be a boy, which was November 28th, 2018. And I had an appointment for an anatomy scan, and my boyfriend couldn't make it because he had 2 jobs at the time, so it was understandable. And so what I did was I told the technician to put the ultrasound in an envelope, which was the ultrasound that said if he was a boy or girl. And that's what I did. And my mom had put the ultrasound in a frame, and she wrapped it up and put it in like a little gift box for me and my boyfriend to open it together when he came home from work. So that was our little kind of like gender reveal kind of thing, and it was an intimate one, and I had filmed that too. And this is our reactions. My dad was broke my mom's room door. So, this is my little bebecito. He's about to go to bed, which is why he looks like this. He's gonna take a shower, wash his beautiful, luscious hair, drink his bottle, and go Mimi. Go night-night. Say bye. Say bye, you two. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Not me. Say bye to them. Say bye. Bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye, puppy. Say bye. Say bye. Maybe this side. Mama. Say bye. Bye. Bye, guys. This. Well, we got it. That's a wrap.